Hello, welcome to badatpad, where me tries to beat endgame content. So today we're going to talk about the Gungho collab. Wow. Sorry, I hope that didn't make you dizzy. Just made me a little bit dizzy looking at the screen. So this was announced on stream on Friday, August 24th. The official Puzzle Dragon stream announced it. There's no Facebook page, so I can't actually show the event, but I think it's going to come to us next week, starting Monday, which is cool. It's a relatively anticipated event. Let's get into it. First things first, three disclaimers, or three things. Two of them are disclaimers. Number one, for all these noob reviews things, if I say anything wrong, I'll be putting it in the description below, so check there now for any new information. Just look there if if there is something I say wrong in this video, I'll say it now, so go look down there. It'll be there already. Number two is, this is going to be kind of a long video, so maybe grab a snack or something. There's a lot of monsters in this one, because Gungho went crazy with their own other company's game collabing with their own company, basically. And number three, I just want to give a shout out to Michael, who is one of the stream hosts for the Puzzle Dragon stream. It said in the most recent stream, where this collab was announced, actually, that was going to be his last stream. It seems he's moving on to another company, which is very sad, and they were tearing up on camera. I was like, oh, it's so sad. He was like, oh, I almost teared up. It was a very sad moment, so Michael, thank you for everything you've done for Puzzle Dragons. You made streams kind of fun. I've watched like 5 to 10 streams, so I'm not like an OG viewer. I only started playing this game like a year and a half ago. But you will be missed. Thank you for all you've done, and good luck on your next endeavors. If he ever happens to watch this is for him. So with all that out of the way, let's actually talk about this collab. So there's a lot of stuff. We have stuff in the Monster Point shop, we have stuff for exchange, and we have a rare egg machine for them, and we have stuff in the PAL egg machine for them. Every single avenue that you can get monsters from, they're giving it to us. So let's get into it. Starting off with the MP shop monsters. So for 750k MP, there are 2 monsters you can get. This is the first one. They're both 750k MP. That's Dark Athena level monster points on the high side. The highest, it's probably one of the highest price things you could buy in the Monster Point shop, besides Couldnt, who was there for 1 million MP a few months back. This is 750k MP, not that easy to come by, but let's talk about the 2 monsters you can get for 750k MP. First is Kuroyuris. Let's take a look at her awakening. She is a dark fire monster. She's unbindable, which kind of leads you to believe she could be a leader. 2 SBRs, cool. 2 fingers, cool. She has tape resist / scroll resist. I think she may be the first one we get in North America that's not a super awakening. Might be wrong about that, but for sure if there are any, they're very few and far between monsters that are not super awakening scroll resist. And she has 1 7 combo awakening. Taking a look at her active skill, it is 40% max HP heal for 6 turns, 1 turn of haste, with a max cooldown of 12 turns, which 6 turns, which is the length of the active, is half that amount, and that might be important. I'll explain in a little bit why it might be important. So her leader skill is, 3x attack and shield with fire and dark, 3x attack with heal, like a match of 3 hearts or more, and 2x attack on skill use, for a grand total of times 18 attack multiplier by herself and a shield. No HP component to this skill, and no recovery component. So times 18 as a leader is pretty high damage. It's kind of in Yogg level, higher than Yusuke, higher than Riku. Yogg has times 18 personal damage she's for 3 colors and skill use. Yogg is for kind of 2 colors and HP. So she's a little bit harder to activate. I think the fire and dark with separate from the hearts makes it easier to activate at least one of those. But there actually is, spoiler, the other monster is a better leader than Kuroyuris. He's slightly easier to activate his leader skill. So she's kind of rainbowy, almost color-based leader skill. But you can use her as a leader, she's not bad, times 18 is strong. Her main usage is going to be as a sub for her active skill. Now her awakenings, they're not like anything to really write home about as a sub. Like she has 1 7C, we usually want 2 these days. She has 2 SBR, which can be situationally useful. But her main usage is for her active, and some people call it a meme team. It's actually relatively viable, I think. But you want to run her on high HP leaders that have no recovery multiply. So examples of this, the two main examples are Vraska and the upcoming Summer Barbara and Julie from the Summer collab, which we have not yet received. They're both like ×2 HP with Prime multiplier, like attack but no recovery. You would run 2 Kuroyuris on that team. In the case of Vraska, you would ideally have 2 TARDISes on your team so you can get the attack boost from being wood type, and inherit the Kuroyuris on top. And you will be able, because of the haste, to pop a Kuroyuri every 6 turns and maintain this 40% max HP heal, making you nigh invincible, because Vraska and Summer, Barbara, and Julie, who works in the same way, have extremely high HP, especially if you go in with Collab, then you're like really set to go. Although the other person will need 2 Kuroyuris too, but you will have a lot of HP, so it makes stuff like even Ultrina very easy. Most things will not be able to one-shot you at all. You'll probably be in the range of like 140k HP in solo, and then you will be healing basically like 60k HP for nothing every turn, which is great. So her main usage is that you would need 2 of her, which is expensive. That would put you at a grand total of 1.5 million MP. But if you have the MP to spare and you have a Vraska and you want to do that, you can do it. It's a little bit steep price for me, so I'm not sure if I'm going to do it. I do have Vraska, I could do it. Not sure if you want to. But that is her main usage. It actually makes Vraska teams very strong. So inheriting on targets over Summer, Barbara, and Julie, which I'll go over in another video once that collab comes to us, you would just run her, I think, as a normal sub on that team, because Summer, Barbara, Julie can take gives multiplier to fire and water types, and she is a fire type in sub attributes, so she'll get a multiplier. That's Kuroyuri's main use. Pretty, I'd say moderately useful, if expensive. You really want 2 of them for that. If you're gonna buy her if you're thinking about buying her for just being a leader and just having 1, I would advise against it. Yeah, but if you have enough to buy 2 and you feel like using her for that purpose, the double Vraska sub, or double Summer, Barbara, Julie sub, then you can do that. Next is, this is gonna be such a long video. My voice is already tired. Next is Leo, who is animated. Wow, good job Puzzle Dragons X for having this part be animated. So this is Leo. He is actually not a bad leader. Looking at his awakenings, he is 2 skill boosts, cool. He has a skill charge, rainbow skill charge, and a god killer and a devil killer. Pretty cool. No double 7s, but the killer should be pretty helpful for his personal damage overall. Active skill, change heal, jammer, and poison to water, and a 3x attack for water for 1 turn. So he's a water spike on a 15 turn cooldown with a hazard removal and heart to water orb change. Cool. Leader skill, 3x attack for water attribute monsters, 2x attack on skill use, 3x attack, and slight damage reduction when 3+ attributes are matched. So he's a bit easier to activate than Kuroyuri because it's any 3 colors minus hearts. Hearts don't count, but even if you're missing like water or something, it's kind of like you can do any 3 things, and Kuroyuri needs specifically like heart, fire, and dark. So this guy's a better leader. They're kind of similar because he's also ×18 and they both require skill use. This guy requires water attribute though, so you can kind of compare him to other Rainbow E water leads like Rish and Yuki from the Persona collab. Compared to them, Yuki has much more recovery. He's the highest attack multiplier, I will say. Yuki has the recovery multiplier. Rish has the time extend and the double 7C, and Yuki also has double 7C. I'd say this guy is kind of on like relatively comparable to Yuki. I think Rish is slightly better than both of them. This guy is easier to activate multiplier wise, like when you're comboing, than Rish and Yuki, because you can just pick any 3 colors. You don't even have to match water for your multiplier. You can match like dark, green, and fire. You want to match water because you're going to try to run a main attribute water team, but you don't have to match. And you know, Rish needs 4 colors, Yuki needs 3 specific colors. This guy can use 3 any color. So he's more flexible in terms of that. He's a little bit short on time extends. He has the same number of time extends as Yusuke and no time extension built into his leader skill. But his multiplier is stronger than both of theirs, and he does have a shield. Rish has a shield too. Yuki does not have a shield, I don't think. So you can kind of compare and contrast them in that sense. In terms of team building for him, and whether you should buy him, you should buy him if you have good water subs to make his team. his what? Now you might be asking what good water subs for his team. It's kind of like you want a water, ideally a water main attribute team that can cover all the rainbow colors. So stuff like Amatsu covers water light with double 7 combos, great. Beach Tachibana makes 4 colors, water light covers water main double 7 light, great. I think Blue Odin's new form is a good VDP choice for Leo. What else is good? Isis and Joyra both are the 2 main options that cover water and fire. Reincarnated Isis, water, fire. Joyra, water, fire. For your green coverage, and this might be the crux of everything, you really, really want to have a TARDIS. Because TARDIS is maybe the best / most ideal green color coverage for him, because he has the water sub attribute, and also you can pop his active skill every turn to activate Leo's skill thing, kind of like activating Anubis. You can use Gunma. Gunma works, but TARDIS works way better. Well, Gunma works. Gunma just won't be doing any damage. TARDIS will be doing some damage because at least he gets the water attribute boost, and he also gives you recovery with his 3 recovery latents. So I would say maybe if you have a TARDIS, this is the best option for you. Or if you have, even if you don't have TARDIS, but you have a bunch of other good water subs, and you don't have like Yusuke or some other high tier card, then buy him. If you do have Yusuke or Rish, you really don't need, or Yuki even, you don't really need to buy him. I'd say save the MP for something else. He's not bad, he's pretty good. He's like on par with, I'd say, Yuki and Rish. It's just, you kind of really, he's pretty hard to team build for, because comparatively to Yuki and Rish, because he has the attribute, water attribute requirement. But if you happen to have stuff like Amatsu, Beach Tachibana, Beach Fujin, Joyra, Isis, TARDIS, stuff like that, you will be good to go for him, and you could buy him if you want to. I was thinking about buying him. I have a decent team for him. I'd probably run the Gunma. I'd probably run Amatsu, Isis, I don't know what, Gunma, and I don't know what I run for the last water sub. Maybe Blonya or something. I don't know. There's probably Karin or something. Even Karin works for him. But I probably won't do it. So he's not bad though. So if you're missing leaders and you have this much MP, maybe if you start the game and you're mid-game and you happen to have 750k MP somehow and no other good leaders, you could get him. Let's do MP shot monsters. He's an assist evolution. TPA, same active skill with blind resist. This isn't worth it. I wouldn't make him into this just to buy him. Whew, okay, 2 down and 12 minutes in. We have so many other ones left. Okay. Moving on, we have in the monster exchange, we have Arresta, who is, let's just skim a little bit. She is actually a very good monster, and you trade for her with 4 rainbow coins. Right now, we've, in North America, have the opportunity to get 3 rainbow coins, 2 of them from August Quest, 1 from Air right now, Annihilation Mode. Beat that if you haven't. You get, I have 3 rainbow coins in my possession. That's all I can have for now. We will get 4th one soon. SO135 Arresta, who is actually called Alistair or something in American, or in North America, is a great sub for farm teams because she has 2 multi-boosts, so she's a great button sub, like beep button, and her active skill is change left column to dark, right column to water, and deals 40x team's wood attribute to all enemies, so you can run her with herself, although you probably won't have enough rainbows. I'm pretty sure we can only buy 1 of her right now because not enough rainbow coins have been released. You could get Chu, I think his name is, from the Yusuke collab, Yu Hakusho collab, stuff like that. He's even Manticore. Stop putting her on the team with Manticores. You can use her. So she's a pretty ideal button base because she has 2 multi-boosts, which will boost her attack stat passively, which will raise her button power. And she also has an actual button active. You could probably put something on top of her. The 3 skill boosts also really help for button teams to get her active up in time. It's only 10 turns, wow. A 10 turn max skill cooldown. Her leader skill, I'm not going to talk about because it's not that good. It's okay, it's not terrible. Times 12, which she's kind of Vraska-y actually. Actually, she's very similar to Vraska. So, actually, yeah, she might just be. Well, Vraska has way better awakenings. Yeah, so that's Alistair, Arresta or Alistair. Buy her if you're into farming. She's a good button sub. I don't know if I'm gonna get her. I might hold on to my rainbow coins in case something else comes around that's better in the future. Because I'm not a huge button farmer. I'm not super deep into that world yet. But for you guys who are, she's great. Next, we have another animated monster who we can trade for 4 rainbow coins, who is Honoka. She's a leader, basically. I'm just gonna start summarizing more because she's not that good. She's not bad. She's like a maybe A rank leader. So she's unbindable. 4 light rose and a super time extend are her most interesting aspects. Active for 2 turns, heal 50% of max HP and 50% damage reduction. So that's cool. 11 turn cooldown, a little expensive for that. Leader skill 4 attack for light and reduction when HP is greater than 80%. So Yogg-ish. She's basically a times 16 Yogg by herself, but row based instead of 2 light combos. Overall, you probably just want to run Yogg. Yogg's easier. She requires 6 orbs, he requires 6 orbs, but he's more damage. You probably want to run Yogg. Is the short of it. Yeah, probably want to run Yogg. So let's move on to someone. She's not bad as a leader again. Times 16. Yogg is stronger, but times 16 is still better than, is higher multiplier technically than like Yusuke, but rows are kind of dead. I would not recommend buying her. She is kind of pretty though. So yeah, sorry, I've got something in my ear. It's like wet because I just took a shower. Hold on. It's like bothering me. Moving on, let's talk about the, oh, she's a super time extension. Don't get her for that, it's not worth it. Oh my gosh, so we have Palag machine monsters, which should I talk about the Palag machine? I guess we could. Palag machine. So for PAL points, you can get this girl. She is 2 recovery. Let's just start skimming and pure reacting. Change dark to wood light teal. Not that good. Moving on. Shino Sonata. 10x to change second row to fire. The row could be useful for some farming teams, but overall niche. You can just roll for them because even though they are pretty good, they're in the Palag machine. This thing actually is useful. You should actually roll the PAL. This is in the Palag machine and try to get this. So inflict 200 x attack, wood, mass attack. That's a pretty high button for just herself. I don't think she's inheritable, but I think she's actually a main leader who is used for an upcoming ranking tournament. In fact, I believe it's one of the Gungho ranking dungeons. She's used as the leader to clear, so try to get one of her. Save up your PAL points, try to grab her, him. The leader skill is 1.5x for HP for attackers, 3.5 when 4 combos are matched 3. For a grand total of stuff that I can't math, 3 times 3.5, and she's kind of combo based and requires attacker types and HP. 3 times 3.5 is a number I don't know. 10.5. Cool. Her awakenings are not bad. So 1 10.25 liter. 3 TPA is not bad and some hazard resist. So I forget why she's used for it. I'm just pretty sure I read somewhere that she is useful for that ranking dungeon as a leader. So try to grab her. Yeah, try to grab her. No recovery, but that's okay. When HP is great and 50%, huh? Yeah, try to grab her. For a Palag machine monster, she's great. Like, she's a great leader. She's a good leader, for especially considering you can get her for literally free, with just time, I suppose. This guy's also in the Palag machine. It appears Sarganat has delay with 2 turn awoken bind recovery. He looks leadery too. 3 dark orb enhances and a god killer. Cool. 1.5 for physical, 4x. Oh, he's like the opposite of the other one. So he's 1.5x HP for physical, 3x for water dark match, so he's bicolor, and 4x. So he's times 12, so slightly higher multiplier, but it's below 50%. Generally, the below leader skill, below HP leader skills are hard to activate than the above ones, but he is usable as a leader. Probably you want to run Vraska instead of him, but if you don't have Vraska, he's kind of like Vraska. 1.5x HP for physical. I don't know that many physical darks. Nohime, I think, might be physical dark. So you could run Nohime on your team. Let me actually see. So you could, if I got him, I would probably test him out as a leader. He shouldn't be bad. He should be giving darks a pretty good boost overall. He's not a tiered leader or anything though. Like, he's not that good. Yeah, so I would run no Hime on his team. I don't know who else is physical. Who else is physical? I'm curious now. Physical, dark, or dark. Let's see if I can find any. Apply filter. Oh wait, no, I didn't apply a physical. Let's see. Who else could you use on his team? You could use Kuroyuris on his team. Knees. One of the Trelo forms apparently is physical. Noctis. Not that you would really want to use one on your team. Blue Odin. Bunch of random things. So if I get him, maybe I'll do a team building. He's not that great, but he's interesting enough to me. It's kind of interesting to see a Dark Orb enhance in this day and age. So you can also get this from the Pallet Machine, which is a greater than... Oh, this is pretty good. You want to get this. 2 water delay and increase water skyfall. That's actually... You want to grab this one. This is good. Greater than 80% HP, I believe. Multiply Awakening and 2 water orb enhances. Pretty good for water teams. Grab that. Since these are all Pallet Machines, you should just try to get them. This guy... 200,000 true damage for 13 turns is okay. It's not bad. For true damage, you want to come up faster, and 200,000 is a lot of... You won't really need that much generally. So, oh my god, there's more stuff. So what they might do is they might... In Japan, they kind of released all these things in waves. This came out way later. As I said, I think this other stuff came out at the beginning of July. This came out at the end of July, so more Pallet Machine stuff. They might announce this for North America in like weeks and weeks, but I'm going to tell it to you now. More Pallet Machine stuff. Reduce really bad active, left column to heal, 3 fingers, not good. Leader skill 2 for attacker fire times 8. No, not good. Don't care. Moving on. Bahamut, who is not the Final Fantasy one, unfortunately. 4x for dragons, 250x attack light to all. Pretty strong. Kind of 250x attack is pretty good. I don't think it's inheritable because he's from the Pallet Machine, but let's see. Pretty high spike, 2x for dragons, 3.5. Not that good. Not that good. Moving on. Oh my god, so many things. Let's see. We have an assist evolution here. Slightly reduced damage for 2 turns. I think that's team HP. That might be a good splashable one. Actually, I can't see what the Awakening is, sorry. That'll be a surprise for us later. This one, 1 million light damage to all fire. Oh my god. That's pretty strong. Try to grab this guy with Balance Killer. What? And Poison Resist. Wow, this one's kind of interesting. Balance Killers are kind of hard. An inheritable Balance Killer. And with that kind of damage... Oh, it's an 8 turn. Try to get this guy too. So maybe... Yeah, try to get these ones. They're pretty good. It's Pallet Machine, so it's free. And now we finally get to the REM. There's quite a few monsters in the Rare Egg Machine. So let's get into them. My ears are itchy, sorry, I keep touching it. Okay. So there's 3 tiers, 5-star, 6-star, 7-star. It is a 6-stone REM, wow. So kind of like Super Godfest reminiscent. Overall though, it's not as good as Super Godfest. Maybe just save your stones for a Super Godfest. Let's get into it. 5-star, 6-star, and 7-star monsters. We'll skim through the 5 stars because they're the least interesting. Okay, 7 specific HP recovery, 2 blind clears, recover 10 turn. 1.5, nope, not that good. Boring. 10 Fufa. 1.5x dark. Change water to dark. Lock dark orbs random. Recover HP 20. No. He's double 7 or she, but you can have double. If you don't have any other double 7s, you can use her, but otherwise, like, don't use her. Let's see. Helen. Now, I really wish those were water resist, because she would be pretty good for King Frost Cape Cheese, but it's wood resist. No one uses the wood puppeteer. We don't have a monster that changes the enemy to wood. Or, we do, we have the wood puppeteer. Or the fire puppeteer, but no. 2x attack for wood, 2x recovery for 3 turns. The recovery might be helpful for stuff like Vraska. This might be actually a pretty good Vraska inherit. Because it gets a spike, but 2x attack isn't a very good spike. 1.5, 5 combos, nope, and nope. Atalanta. So Atalanta, I remember, she's a balanced killer with 1/7C, so you could use her nichely in that sense, although, like, you can find higher damage things overall, I'm sure. Her active is no Skyfalls for 1 turn and spawn 3 water, so she's interesting because she's a 2-turn active cooldown. If it was 1 turn, I'd be more excited, because I could use her instead of TARDIS, but it's 2-turn. Diao-chan is better in almost all aspects. Why would you want 3 waters and no Skyfalls for 1 turn? That's... I mean, the Skyfall for, like, farming or something, but not for, like, any other... Or to prevent, like, color absorb or something, but for no other purpose would you want the no Skyfall. So Diao-chan is more generally useful, and the leader skill is nothing good at all. Orpheus, triple TPA and 2 multi-boosts is pretty strong, but he's nothing else. Delay all orbs to water with light, and heal. Good inherit board change. It's a little diluted for things, but he could be used for Yusuke. And he makes hearts. 1.5 for balanced. Leader skills sucks. Delphine, double healer killer, so if you don't have Paolumu, you could use her for your niche double healer killer needs. 4x for dragons. Pretty strong spike for 1 turn, but you might as well just use, like... It's pretty short, 10 turns. That's way shorter than something like, even the gemstones though, so I mean, you might want to consider her if you need a quick spike. Leader skill sucks. Now move on to the 6 stars, on to the 2nd tier of monsters. So we have Mercurius, double dragon killer, cool, Tsubaki-ish. We have Kiri with Skyfall for 3 turns, delays for 10 turns. 2x for woods, slight damage reduction, 2x when matching, 2 woods, not good leader skill. Moving on. Overall, not exciting. Artemis, change top row to light, change poison jammer to heal. Cool. The light row is probably useful enough for some farming things. 6-turn cooldown is pretty short for that much utility. 3.5 X attack magic 6 more connected. Leader skill sucks. Ooh, double Evo killer. That's probably useful for if you're doing stuff like what do you call it? Oh, what is it called? Oh, Hexazion. Although you could just equip on a double 7 card Pooh, the Pooh equip. Although you could put Pooh equip on her and she'll do times 27, so she's actually not bad. Double Evo, I think, is rare. I don't know if anyone else has. Someone might have one. No. Evo killers, I don't know about Evo. Enhanced killers, I know we have assist. The one of the Zayrog forms has the assist, but I don't think it's for Evo. That's cool. Okay, I wouldn't be super mad at that sub if I got her. Shust, unbindable water rose. Water rose are dead. Reduce HP to 1. 300 dex. Wow, that's pretty strong water attack. So pretty good inherit for buttons. I think he's a good button. He's a good button. I would be, if you're into buttoning, he's good. And change bottom row to water random. 2x attack when HP 55. X 2x times 100 and row. So not the best leader, but he's a great button. 15 turns. Try to grab that button. 300 dex is a lot. I think Brachydios, who is our current best buttoner, just so you're aware. I couldn't spell Brachydios in Paddocks. Hold on. I forget the exact... I don't own a Brachydios, so I forget the number. Brachydios has a 300... Same... Oh yeah, same button power as Brachydios, so try to nab one of him. Brachydios is light. This guy is water. Brachydios overall is probably more universally useful because light doesn't have a resistance and water does. But if you're fighting fire, this might be useful for that. Belial, not the same Belial that we have. 4 TPAs, strong, 10,000 true damage, and all orbs to fire dark heal. This is actually pretty good too. This is a good orb change. Not, I can't think of a good leader to implement this board change, but for any general fire-based leader, like Trelo, maybe that would be good. The true damage part, 10,000 is a lot, but the board change by itself is good, so a good inherit. The leader skill is fine. Nothing, it's actually not even good. The leader skill is nothing great, but he's a good active skill. We have Kaguya, who's really pretty. 3 SBRs, but we have things that have 5 SBR. Increase orb move by 2 seconds for 1 turn, and 2x attack recovery for light. For how long? It didn't say. I can assume for 1 turn. 3x for 6 or more. 4x. 120. 122, so A little strong as leader, but not great. I don't know if I use her for anything. We have Joker, not Ren Amamiya, who's right here. Recover 50% max HP. That's pretty high recovery. That's like increased combo count. Oh goodness. Man, it's been half an hour. Okay, restart. When the music fades out like that, means we went through the half an hour of video. Increased combo count by 1 for 1 turn. Interesting, but not amazing. 3 Ls, so you can use them on L teams. Who's a good dark L? Or I don't know, a good dark L off the top of my head. Shishio Makoto, maybe? As a sub, he'd be okay for Shishio. 1.5 HP 3x, 4x. Oh, you know what? This isn't a terrible leader skill. You get... This is Vraska E, but with less HP. So 1.5, Vraska's 2x. He's 1.5, and he's just for dark. 3x attack for dark. 3 times 4 is 1... Yeah, so you could use him. He's a combo-based dark leader, so... Times 20 to 122 isn't great, but you could make that work with double 7Cs. And he should be minorly tanky. So, he's usable as a leader. Would I use him? Probably not. The guy from the Paladin Machine to me looked more interesting as a leader. But he's usable as a leader for sure. I'm not a huge L fan, but yeah, not a huge L Awakening fan. But he's not terrible. He's definitely not the worst 6-star to roll. Probably one of the medium to better 6 stars you could roll, which isn't saying that much. This guy is probably the best 6-star. I'm gonna forget. How am I gonna remember all of these when I get to the end and say, what do I recommend rolling? I'm never gonna remember. There's too many things. Okay, we're on to the 7 stars, and they're animated, and they're like so tiny. Okay, so we have Orage, who appears to have 3 skill boosts, a cloud resist, and I think that's... You know what, I'm gonna look up the actual monster on here so I can actually see it. Orage. Is it gonna show up? Okay, it does. I'm gonna look up the real monster on here to make sure I say what the awakenings are. It is 2 team HP pluses and a cloud. Cool. The leader skill is 5% very small gravity. We don't care. Spawn water in a cross. Very random. I mean, she isn't even a water cross leader. Why do you want the cross shape? No Skyfall, 2x when matching 6 or more connected water orbs. A cross isn't even enough for that. She's pretty high multiplier. She's times 12. She's times 18. Pretty strong. But you need a lot of water orbs to do that. So you need 6 connected water and 2 water combos? That's annoying. No, no, no. We don't want her. Next we have Larg. Larg looks like this, and he's actually one of the, as I recall from reading before, he is one of the better fire monsters. He's also fire dark. I know it doesn't say, but he's fire dark. It's kind of gray for some reason, his second attribute. It's fire dark. He has 6 fire rows, which is a lot of fire rows. So if you pair with him, that's all. He's Super Awakening. Oh, he's Super Awakening for VDP. I think they might have added that later on, but he's a VDP Super Awakening. Cool. The other girl from this girl does not have Super Awakenings. I think they buffed a few of the REM cards later on in the collab. So he's unbindable, Super Awakening VDP, but it doesn't really matter because he's row based, doesn't really help him out. The leader skill is Inflict Fire Nuke for fire team fire attack times 20. So he's a pretty good button, I believe. And remove lock status and makes fire. So he's a pretty good farm leader, maybe for the row swipe kind of thing, or even for the fire button damage. Like if you're running all fire stuff, like if you're running like 6 of him, actually it's not that high for a button, but I think the rows are, I have to look up what makes him good. I remember he's good for something. His leader skill is all attributes times 3 when attacking with 6 plus fire connected orbs. Oh, let me show you on here so you can read too. And 5x attack on skill use. Oh yes, he's a good button swipe then. He makes it pretty, he'll be good for button swipe fire because of the skill use part. Yeah, and he's times 15. And he has a shield. Cool. Increase time for 2 seconds. I think that's what he's used for. I'll have to update in the description what he's exactly good for. So I think it'd be a pretty good roll to get of this mission. Next we have Noah, another name repeat. Her awakenings are these: unbindable. She's a double 7, it looks like, from the very blurry thing. What is she? Dark, dark. Okay, I think I found her. So Noah is double 7C and VDP, so she's kind of Yusuke-y. Double 7C VDP. Cool. Her active is to randomly spawn dark orbs. 4 dark orbs in the delay. Not that useful, IMO. 8 turn max cooldown. 2x for dark for leader. 2x HP, 2x 6 more combos, 4. 6 with 2. It's okay. That's Vraska's better. It's not good. 2x no recovery, high HP. You need 3 dark combos. That's a lot of dark combos. I would say no to her as a leader. As a sub, she's actually great as a sub. VDP with double 7C. We don't have a great dark leader right now, but like you can use her on like Anubis or something if you missed Yusuke. She's a great option for you for that. Moving on. GIFs for the Chronomag units contain both oh, so we have some assist evolutions in the 7 stars. Cool. Moving on to Raizer. This is Raizer, and I think he's actually the best leader. Oh goodness, this is gonna be terrible. So his assist has HP and something I can't see because it's tiny. Switch to the other one, GIF. Come on. Be helpful. I'm gonna wait till it switches back. Oh my god, how long is this GIF? There you go. So he has 3 skill boosts, 2 less than 50% HP awakenings. His leader skill is pretty good actually. He is a Dark Metatron similar to Dark Metatron leader. Hold on, actually. My phone is like overheating. Give me 1 second to take the case off my phone because it starts to feel hot. I think because it's been plugged in for so long and stuff like that. Let me take it out of the case. I'm gonna put it in the fan for a second. I will talk from over here. So reduce HP by 50%, deal 100%. His active skill is because he's an HP conditional leader. So he has a button, change fire, dark jammer to poison to wood. So he's a wood orb change. 5x attack and slight damage reduction when HP 50%, 10x attack when less than 79%. That's cool. So you can probably be in some... Wait a minute. Oh, it's supposed to be, say, 80%, not 50%. When HP is correct, I was like, wait, does it mean if you're between 50% and 80%, you're gonna get, like, times, like, 1,000,000 attack? No. So that's supposed to be HP is greater than 50%. So when you're high HP, you get some attack and a shield. When you're less, then you get more attack and no shield. 1.5, so he's basically a times 15 personal damage with HP and a shield. So kind of Dark Metatron-y, kind of good. And he's good for wood attributes. So you can run stuff. He's actually the best leader in here. You can run stuff like Enra, Cronus, other stuff like that. So he's tanky in both the shield and HP aspect and is strong. Times 15 is pretty good. Overall, pretty good leader. And he'll have the power of a double 7 with his 2 awakenings. Less than 50% awakenings. His assist, let's talk about his assist. Same active skill, it's called Orion's card. 2 team HP pluses and a finger. If I got him, I would keep him as leader. I would not go for the assist unless you have more than 1. So let's talk about the next one, which is... Oh no. Dang it. Stop. Where'd it go? No. That's Monster Hunter. Wrong thing. Oh goodness gracious. Gah. Sorry, my bad. I also forgot to do this. Give me 1 second. Whew, getting to the end. We can do it. Come on, I believe. Okay, here we go. Elena is not... Oh, here we go. Elena is unbindable, 2 skill boosts. Her killers that you cannot see are Dragon, God, and Devil. So she actually has Ilmina's exact same killers, right? No, close. Dragon, God, Ilmina is for attackers. She's for devils, so it's more applicable than Ilmina. Although she's missing the 4 skill boost. And actually, similar to Ilmina, change all orbs to fire light, remove orb blocks, and increase fire scoff health for 3 turns. Great active skill. She's a really good sub, especially for stuff you would use Ilmina for. You can put her and Ilmina together on a team and like really go through those ranking dungeons. The fire Skyfalls will probably help you get better ranking dungeon scores with Skyfalls, so that's good. And she's double 7, so she's not double 7, but she's hella killer, so she's strong. Leader skill 4x 2 fire. No, no, we hate multiple color combos. 2x tech for no. Times 16. No, that's annoying. Great sub, great active, pretty good sub. Her assist is a TPA, an attack boost, and something that I can't see. The what is that? Why is it so blurry? It is a it's just an auto heal. Just forget about that. I'd keep her as a sub for sure. She's a really good sub, and at the very least a good bi-color inherit. Moving on, we have Zeta, right? That's your name, Zeta or Zeta. He looks like this. Oh, it's gone. 3 blind, cool. 3 blind resist and 2 waters. Not even that good. Zeta. Let's talk about his main form while it's like switching over. He's water fire. I think he gets super ratings too. He gets he can have a 7C, scroll resist, or VDP, so pretty good selection. I'd go with the 7C probably because he is 1 7C and 4 water rose, which don't play with 7C well. So he's actually not a great sub. He's with some wasted awakenings. Active is increase combo count for 2 by 1 turn. Cool. Change light poison to water. So an okay active. Something like Nene is probably better. Leader skills 3x attack when 7 combos. 4x. No. Connected water and 7 plus combos. That's way for only 122. That's so bad. Oh, it's 3. It says that says he was buffed to 3.5 attack. So this is outdated. 3.5x attack is what he's going to become in the end. Still not good. Not a good leader. An okay water rose sub, but I'm sure you can. Water rose are not that in. I wouldn't be that happy to roll him. Lastly, of the 7 stars, we have Karin, who has the great formula of 2 7Cs and 2 fingers. No FUA, unfortunately. She's light water. Tachibana E. She kind of reminds me a lot of Tachibana, who's but unbindable right now. She's one of the better roles in this collab. So far, the really good set from the 7 stars, what you kind of want are Karin, Elena, and Zeta. They're the best ones. Zeta for leader, Karin, Elena for subs. Karin, it's gone. Not good. Okay. Karin has an active skill of. My phone's getting hot again. 3x attack for light for 1 turn. Oh, light spike, and she makes heals into light and in hazards. It's okay, not amazing. Leader skill 2x attack and slight damage reduction when matching. So she's rainbow and increased attack when for up to 18. So she's times 16 with a shield and rainbow. So it's not terrible. She's kind of like Riche. She's actually very similar to Riche, except she doesn't have a time extend in her leader skill, and she's light based. So if you're missing Riche, you could use her, but Riche is probably easier because of the time. Although Light has a lot of good rainbow makers like Tachibana, Ideal, Light Ideal, Yuna, stuff like that. So you could use her for that. So she's not a terrible leader, but Riche is probably overall better. This thing is boring. I would not make her into this. So she's at the very least a good sub with double 7C and 2 fingers and a skill haste. You can use her on Ed. She's a good Ed sub. You could use her on Yusuke. She's a pretty good Yusuke sub. You could use her as a leader with Tachibana as sub. I already talked about that. Beach Tachibana, stuff like that. So not an amazing leader, but definitely serviceable. Not like a top 2 leader, but she's not bad. Probably around Muse level, I would say. Like pretty good leader. Nothing better than Yusuke though, in my opinion. So I think that's all the REM cards. In terms of REM stuff that I can remember, the good things you want are the Fire 7-star for the button, Elena or Karin as general subs, assist, Zeta as an leader, and I think that's all the good stuff from 7 stars. From this guy's okay for 6-star. No. This is a pretty good inherit, Belial. This guy is a really great role for 6 stars, for a button team. As for everything else, nothing else is really that good from the REM, in my opinion. I might have left something out, but there's a lot of stuff in there. It's not that good. Lastly, and very importantly, we're going to talk about the dungeon drops the dungeon boss, because this is actually a really good dungeon boss. This is Durandolph, like Gandalf, but not. So you can kind of see, let me find him. Excuse me. Durandolph. He's a light, and he's 2 bind clear, rogue bind clear awakenings as an assist. Cool. He gets an assist awakening too. So 2 fingers, not unbindable, unfortunately. He has some random color resist, fire, water, dark, or fire, water, wood resist, 7C, skill haste, once. So okay awakenings. Inflict light damage equal to 300x attack. So another 300x attack, so a great sub, although Brunhild is probably better overall, affected by... He's basically a farmable Brunhild level button, so you should grab 1 or 2 of him if you can. Not too many skill boosts, unfortunately, but you can just shove whale doors on your team, I suppose, to overcome that hurdle. His leader, what's his leader skill? Increased orbital time. 1.5 times 7 is what? 7 plus combos, and he's tanky. 1.5 times 7 is like 10, I think. 10.5. So, oops, 1.5 times 7. So not amazingly high multiplier, but usable, and he's tanky, so that makes him more usable. And he's for lights. So I think mainly you want to use him as a sub for that button. That's a great button. You should try to farm some of him. That's a really good button. And his assists, you can make him these... Oh, you can inherit him. Oh wow, you should make a lot of this assist. This is a great assist. You can put these on whale doors, and it would be fine. Ooh. 25 turns? Brunhild is 18 turns, and this has less effects. I guess it'd be too cheap to just have it. Wow, that's a lot. That's big. You'd have to run multiplayer with like whale doors on both sides and some of these guys, but try to grab one of him if you can. At least one of him. And with that, I think we have reached the end. Goodness, my voice is getting tired. So that is the Gungho collab. Overall, should you roll? I would say for Super Godfest. For 6 stones, I would hope for more. Zeta as a leader is probably about as good as Vraska. He's not as good as Yusuke, and Zeta is, by the way, the best leader in this collab. That wood guy with in the 7-star. Not as good as Yusuke, so he's probably a tier below Yusuke. So leader-wise, there's that. The other 7 stars are good, but not like irreplaceable. Like Elena, you could use Ilmina, who's similar. Karin, you could use Tachibana. What else? Some of the buttons are pretty good to have, but none of them button harder than other things that we've had already. Overall, I think the stuff in the 6 and 7-star, like 7-star is all like pretty good stuff. Nothing like, wow, I need this. This is the best card in the whole game. Nothing like that. Nothing game breaking, but they're all pretty. There's some pretty good stuff in there, like pretty good stuff. And the 6-star, about half of them have their uses, half of them don't. Overall, I probably wouldn't roll in it. If it was 5 stone, I would, but for 6, I'm probably going to skip. Maybe I'll roll like a few times, but I don't. The 5 stars look pretty terrible, so that kind of sucks. But the Palag machine and the farmables are actually pretty good. So try to grab from the Palag machine these assist things. Like this, you should get one of these from the Palag machine. Grab yourself a Brunhild, he's good. Grab yourself a Sarganatas, because he's interesting. Grab this. This isn't bad. This isn't bad either. What else isn't bad? One of these wasn't bad. Reduce damage. I think it was this one. This one isn't bad either. This is pretty great. So grab one. These are all from the Palag machine. Try to grab them. And also, you could buy stuff from the MP shop. Again, if you really want, if you have a lot of MP to spare, and if you're trying to go for that, go for Kuroyuris, double meme for high HP teams. Leo, if you're missing other leaders. But if you have Rish or Yuki, I would just stick with them. He doesn't do anything particularly like way better than them or anything like that. He's probably on par with them, with Yuki, at least. And he's a little bit hard team building wise. But if you need a leader, then you can get him. So I wouldn't roll. Would I monster exchange? You can monster exchange for things, but I wouldn't do it. If you monster exchange for anything, I don't know, one of the buttons. If you no, not no. For the 7 stars, I think the 7 stars are exchangeable. Maybe for if you had to monster exchange for something, maybe Elena for the bicolor board change, or maybe Zeta if you want a leader. Other than that, I wouldn't even really change for them. Yeah, I wouldn't change for them. So that is the Noob reacting to the Gungho collab. Let me know if you're gonna roll, if you're gonna buy from the MP shop, if you're gonna monster exchange, if you're gonna metal exchange for anything. There's probably gonna be a collab or ranking dungeons related to this when it comes out. Although we do have the Yo-Yu tournament that has been released. I'd show you, but I don't think I have it open on Facebook. I want to see all my private Facebook stuff, my personal Facebook stuff. But the Yo-Yu tournament, it starts on Tuesday, but we may have the ranking tournaments for Gungho collab later on because it lasts for so long. Apparently in Japan, it probably lasts a long time for us too. So I'll do Yo-Yu tournament stuff on Tuesday probably. And make sure to beat Air Annihilation, the special dungeon, to get a Rainbow Vent Medal. In case you want to get, oh, you can, if you don't get her, get her if you like farming. I think that's all I have to say for the Gungho collab. My throat is tired, my brain is tired, and I'm going to see you guys in the next video. So I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.